Welcome. This is Melinda Barlow, CZT, Certified Sand Ankle Teacher. And today's lesson is Narwal. And I don't recall I've ever done a video on Narwal, but maybe I have. I just didn't look back to see. But it's been a while, so I decided I would do a Narwal because after you do a tangle for a while, you end up kind of doing it your own way to make it a little simpler. And I love Narwal. It is a great border. It could be a border tangle, or it can fill up. It's just a beautiful tangle. But several people have done Narwal and different takeoffs of Narwal. So I'm going to do it on a white tile. So we'll zoom in a little bit on this, and you can see that I've done it here. And I kind of do it in like one stroke. So we're going to start, and I'm going to do it so it goes all the way around. So I best give myself a dot and a border. I will find that I will do much better if I have a little parameter to work with. And I am going to use a plastic nib pen. Got to make sure I have black. Lately I've picked up brown a few times. I don't always see real good down here in my studio. So I believe that one is a brown nib. But why don't we try it with a blue? That might be fun to do it with. Hope that is not a PN. There's a PN, and I believe that is blue. And we'll just add a little different color. So I'm going to start out with a little S shape. And I did it right on my border, and then I come back. So I call that almost it's an S with a double point on each side. Then we're going to come a little ways down and then do another one. And if they don't quite come in, you can bring that down with your pen. Just round it down with your pen. Mine are getting a little bit bigger. So it's kind of a slight S shape, and then come back on it. And we're just going to turn the corner with this S shape. So now we have a little bit smaller one. And we're going to turn the corner. So I just do a little one. I bring that end down. We can make them a little bigger, or they can get very small. Make another curve. And there we're going to end right there. And there we have Narwal in a ribbon. Now, I really personally think Narwal is too plain. It needs some things added to it. So I'm going to just color with a color pencil. And I've just picked up one of my color pencils. I have lots. I'm going to sharpen this one. And this is a pretty blue. And I'm just going to come in, and I'm going to come back to where I started right here, and I'm going to color in every other spot, just a little on the tips. I'm going to show you what we'll do with this. This is going to give it that twisted braid look. We'll just do one side here, and then we'll Okay, now I'm going to take my blending stump and I'm going to make sure it's cleaned off. So I'm going to take my emery board and I'm going to clean off anything that's on there. I like to reuse and get the most out of it so it's cleaned off. Now I'm going to take some odorless paint thinner and I'm just going to dip my shading stump down in that odorless paint thinner, and it's sucked up on the tip. You can see it's kind of turned dark. And I like the less expensive ones to do the shading with. It soaks it up a little better. And then I'm just going to blend my colored pencil. And it's just like blending. Got a little piece on the end of that we'll pull off. It's just like blending graphite. It just blends in. And I'm not going to blend it all the way to the center. I'm going to leave a little highlight. And you can see how that has blended that. Now I can take another color pencil and I could add, what color do I want? Ooh, let's try a little dark green. Go with it. And so I could add a little green to this other side, or to make it look like it's on the inside of that twirl, that narwhal. So I just put it here on the tips. And I'm going to use that same shading stump because I don't care if there's a little bit of blue blended in. And again, I'm going to leave and there we have how I shade with my colored pencils. Now I could go back and give this some more texture, but you need to let it, make sure that it dries a little bit, and then come back and just add a little stipple in that blue. You notice I had let that dry in the blue area. I'm not doing the green because it probably hasn't had enough time to really dry. And I'm just going to give it a little stipple with my pen and with these plastic nib pens. And I picked up a black one to do this. With the plastic nib pens, you can stipple without it crushing in on your tip. So you can see I've just added a little stipple. We can also take the blue tip and add some. But that's a fun way to, I think I'd learn how to shade or use your colored pencils. Here I have used both graphite and colored pencils and I've blended both of them. So I could take my blue, and remember I'm using my blue in my first one. So every other one I have a little blue in. And my shading stump is still wet, so I can come back and blend. I'm going to take my green and come in here. Do the same thing. There's that little bit of green in those tips. Leaving yourself a little white or lighter space. Don't want it all the same color. You want it blend. It's darker on the ends and blends in to the center. And now I'm going to take a little gold, and I'm going to come back, and I'm just going to add a little gold in that white space of my green. Then I'm going to blend that also. Just want to smooth out, just to give that a little highlight. Kind of blends out that, and I like that. So there we have. We can go back in and put our stipple in, and you'll see a finished product of this on my website. So thanks for watching. Enjoy Narwal, just done just a little bit different and colored. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Support this channel by shopping at inkadoodles.com, and thanks for watching.